Welcome back to the Too Fast Tactical channel. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at a automotive maintenance trickle charger. If you're like me and you've got multiple vehicles and some of them sit for long periods of time, keeping the battery charged or preventing it from completely draining can be something you have to worry about. Now you've got several ways you can deal with these sort of issues. You can disconnect the negative terminal on your battery, and that will prevent your battery from discharging over time. Of course, you'll lose all your radio presets, and who knows what else can go wrong with all the computer electronics in your vehicle. You may have to reset your electronic or your power windows and power moonroof and so on. So I don't prefer to go down that particular route. The other route you can do is start your car and let it run periodically every few days or every week to keep the battery charged. Or you can purchase a trickle charger, maintenance charger, which is what this is. And with this connected to your battery, you plug it into the wall, and when it detects a drop in the voltage in your battery, it kicks on and charges up your battery and then shuts off again. This particular one, which is made by CTEK, this is the US 0.8. This is designed strictly for maintenance and trickle charging. It's not designed to charge dead batteries. If you read the specs on their website, they'll specifically say that this is designed for small batteries, like lawnmower batteries or golf cart batteries, smaller 12-volt batteries, non-automotive type batteries. And when you look at that information on CTEK's website, it can be somewhat misleading, because when you see that, you think, oh, well, I can't use this on a car. I need to buy one of the bigger models. But the charts on the CTEK's website are referencing charging, not maintenance. So if your goal is to just maintain the battery while your vehicle is in storage, then this is just fine. And that did throw a curveball my way when I was looking at the information on their website. I also cross-referenced while I was searching for these, or searching for the best price. There are numerous high-end manufacturers who use this exact model and include it with their vehicles, or included as an expensive option. Porsche, Mercedes, and Corvette are just several. The exact same unit, the exact same specs, except it has, Porsche or Corvette or BMW's logo on it. So this is just fine for trickle charging. So to get that out of the way, CTEK lists this item as a $69.99 retail. If you head over to Amazon and you search this particular model, you can find it for $45.11, and that's a pretty good buy. Great buy actually. So let me we're going to be doing the unboxing. Well, let's do the unboxing first, and then I'll read off some of the specs on it. So this packaging is kind of standard OEM POP packaging here. This is some of the accessories that it comes with right here. Excuse the glare from the lights. This box has got a glossy finish to it. So anyway, let's go ahead and pop this open. Alright, and let's see. Alright, well, here's the charger. Get it out of this packaging here. Oh, it's attached to the cardboard, so I'm going to have to rip this cardboard apart. I'll be back shortly. Okay, I literally had to rip this out of the box. It's connected or mounted to the box with these little rubber plug things, and I couldn't get these rubber plugs out, so I'm going to have to either cut these out or do something. So anyway, what this comes with is you've got two plug-in options here. Both are fused. Or two ways to connect this to your battery. I'll deal with the fuse later. You can use this option here, which has two clip-ons for your negative and your positive. And you can see that there's a two-prong connector here, and that plugs into the actual charger like so. So you can, if you're not going to use that and you decide to use the other one is a direct connect where you have two ring connectors that go directly to your positive and your negative terminals on your battery. And these battery covers are the fuse covers. Don't come off very easy. Make me fight with them. 5 amp fuse. And again, this has a little cover on it. Plugs in like so. Take it out, put the cover back in. Very nice. So those are the two options that it comes with. Now for my particular application here, we'll talk about that real quick. I have in my vehicle, I have two 6-volt batteries that are mounted, I don't know, 20, 25 inches apart. So I've got one on one side of the car and one on the other side of the car, and they're wired in series. So to connect this 12-volt charger up to those two batteries, I've got to connect the negative to the battery on the right and the positive to the battery on the left. So this isn't going to work. Obviously, even if I split this wire down, it's not long enough. So what I did was CTEK sells some other options. So if this option is not suitable for your application, you can buy something like this. It's much longer. They have a 5-foot version and they have a 10-foot version. Now I bought the 10-foot version, and that's way too much. I could have bought the 5-foot version, but since I need to split an awful lot of this wire down, I didn't want to, and then of course I have to route it from the left side of the car up underneath the trim panel and all the way over to the right side of the car, and then down the rear quarter panel of the right side. And you'll see that when I come to installing it, because I'll do a video about the installation. But the other item, which I don't have yet, is part number 56-531. They call that a comfort indicator panel, and that's $19.98 on Amazon. And what that basically is it's a really long one of these, but on the end of it, instead of just this plug right here, I printed out a picture so you can kind of see what this looks like. Make sure we focus. So this is a little a panel plug. So if you wanted to cut a hole in your panel or your dash or wherever you may want to mount this, not only does this allow you to plug your charger in, it also shows you the current state of your battery. So you got 3 LED indicators to kind of give you an idea what the charge state of the battery is. So that's kind of nice. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount this on the right side rear of the vehicle. Yeah, I have easy access to it to plug in the charger. And when I need to take the vehicle out, I can unplug the charger and I'm good to go, and I can stow the charger away. So this is another great option for another 20 bucks. And let's see, so the charger cable here it's got a bunch of warning tags on it, and then of course we've got our 110 volt. It does have a polarity plug on it, but it's a 2-plug and not a 3-plug. There are some charge indicators right here to tell you the charge status of the battery and what this charger is doing. I'll talk about that in a couple of moments as well. Let's finish up with what's included. The charger comes with a very detailed operation manual, and it talks about the display here, and then of course the charging program, So we can see that, well, I'm not going to talk about that just yet. The last thing that's included with the charger here is a storage bag, pull string storage bag, nylon type bag. So you can put everything in here and store it away. So packaging, build quality, and everything I've seen so far is good. I haven't used a CTEK myself. I've been using Black & Decker. My Black & Decker died. A friend of mine who's a Mercedes Master Tech, most of the high-end Mercedes, people who have those cars. The CTEK is OEM for Mercedes as well. He highly recommends these. Did a lot of research, and CTEK is very, very highly recommended by a lot of different industry professionals. So I feel fairly confident that this will provide the services that I need long term. So let's get into talking about some of the specs on this. All right, let's run down some of the specs on this item here. So this is their 6-step trickle charger. I believe they also have an 8-step if you want to spend more money and get the higher end one. It is water resistant. So in a situation where you might want to mount this in your engine bay, that shouldn't be a problem. Let's see. This is also a no spark trickle charger. So if you're using the clamps and you're connecting it to the battery, it's not going to spark when you connect it. It is short circuit proof and reverse polarity protected. This is their smallest 12-volt charger, like I mentioned. They list it suitable for motorcycles, jet skis, ATVs, and lawnmowers. That's for charging the battery. But for maintenance, it's suitable for maintenance, charging normal-sized batteries. Now, the display that I mentioned earlier allows you to follow the entire charging process. I'll talk about that in a minute. It is 0.8 of an amp, and it is suitable for doing maintenance charging up to 100 amps or amperage. So, or 100 AH, I believe that's amperage. I may be wrong on that, but you know, check your battery in your car. My battery is 90 AH, so 100 AH it's just fine for my purposes. It's also dust proof, and let's see. The charging voltage is 14.4 volts. It's a 6-step fully automatic charging cycle, so you don't have to do anything to it. Battery capacity is 1.2 to 32 AH up to 100 AH for maintenance. So if you're going to be charging, you can charge a battery from 1.2 to 32 AH. That's the smaller batteries like I mentioned. Maintenance, you can go higher than 32 up to 100 AH for maintenance. It also comes with a 5-year warranty. And that's all the info that I have to talk about on this this spec sheet. All right, let's step through the display on the CTEK, and I'll just give you an idea of what some of these LEDs indicate. The bottom left corner one is the power lamp, so when it has power, that'll be illuminated. The air lamp is in the top left corner. That's the one with the exclamation mark. That would probably illuminate if you had reverse polarity or if there was something seriously wrong. That would illuminate. When you plug it in, depending upon the state of your battery, it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 could be illuminated. When 3 is illuminated, your battery is you're charged up enough to start the engine. So for maintenance purposes, chances are when you connect this, it's going to be higher than 3. So that's for charging pretty much dead batteries. 5 would indicate that the battery is fully charged. Now the The rest of the screen on here, if we start with 1, it's listed as desulphation. That's 14.4 volts with for 8 hours max. 2 would be bulk charging, and that's increasing voltage to 14.4.8 of an amp, and that's for max 20 hours. Absorption is level 3. That's a declining current, 14.4 volt max for 10 hours. Analysis, in that mode, it's checking if the voltage drops to 12 volts, and the limit is 3 minutes. Floating charge is 13.6 volts at 0.8 of an amp, and that's a 10-day charge cycle, and restarts if voltage drops. And the pulse charging is 6, that's 12.7 volt to 14.4 volt, 0.8 to 0.4 of an amp, and that's a charge cycle which restarts if voltage drops. So that's kind of an explanation of the display there. And I'm not going to go into all of the rest of the information because all of this information is actually available on CTEK's website if you wanted to read more about it. But that just kind of gives you an overview of the device itself and the charging display. Stay tuned. Again, I'll also have a video installing this in my Volkswagen EOS. I'll be installing this be connecting it to 2 6-volt batteries which are wired in series because that's how the car comes. And that video will be coming up soon. So I'll put the link for this charger and for the extension cable in the description if you want to check them out on Amazon. Thanks for watching.